Hello and welcome to day 3, 4, part 4 of our Denmark trip. We are still in Copenhagen, as you can see, with a beautiful view behind us. Our plan today is to get some breakfast around the corner. There are also some 300 kilowatt DC chargers, so we're gonna go there with the car, plug in, then walk over to get some breakfast, and until we're done the car should be fully charged. We're at 52% right now, because Sentry mode ran all night, and we used like 8% I think from arriving until now, which is pretty fine, I would say. Yeah, so we want to leave with 100% state of charge. Then we're gonna go to Flensburg to meet a friend there, and later tonight we're gonna go towards Hanover area to sleep there before heading home tomorrow. But yeah, let's pack up our stuff, run out to the car and get it charging. We're just navigating to the fast charger, and it's preconditioning, but we literally only have to drive like 4 minutes. So let's see how we can get there. It thinks we're in a road next to us down there, so that's not correct. We're just ending our parking time. That's perfect timing. So I think we're gonna go around here and then back into this street. That should work. Let's see. But okay. Right, we just arrived. There's a taxi next to us. Let's open up the charge port and hop out. He's not getting more than 150 kilowatts anyway, so we're not gonna block him from getting better charge. Let's authorize. Here we go. I had to guess IDs again because they use different IDs than my app uses, which is confusing. This is also the non-disabled configuration with the screen high up. There's one with the screen lower down. But we are charging and we're getting 30 kilowatts, just as I expected. Alright, so we're gonna let it charge for until we're fully charged, until we're done having breakfast. That should be fine. Shouldn't be more than an hour, and then we're good to go. We are charged up, basically. The car is almost charged up. We're at like 90-ish%. It was not an hour, but like 45 minutes, I think. So everything worked out perfectly. Now we can walk back to the car, jump in and drive towards Flensburg to meet our friend. Kinda loud here. But yeah, worked out as planned. That's perfect. Battery is also a bit warmer, at least. We got up to 50 kilowatts. So that's all good until our first charging stop on the road. The battery will be nice and cozy, so it can take the full 170 kilowatts. That's all great. So yeah, looking good. Let's go. Looking good. We're at 98%, getting 22 kilowatts, and we charged 29 kilowatt hours for almost 50 minutes, so a bit more than I thought. All right, I'm gonna unplug here. I think we need to authorize this or not. English. Awesome, we could just stop like that. Let's put that boy back in here. I'm gonna throw my jacket in there and then we're heading out. I'm just typing in Flensburg, and of course Flensburg, Germany, and not Malmö. Let's go here. Let's see what the car says. Charging around here. Let's see if there are some non-superchargers nearby as well. Ah, that's in Middelfart. Funny. We wanted to stop there yesterday. Do we have something else there? That's in the middle of nowhere. Maybe a bit up the road. I can't look for chargers in the menu here because it only lists them nearby when they're not superchargers. So I'm gonna have a look in the NBV app and then we'll check that out. Okay, I found something. There's also a supercharger right next to it, but with reduced service. But we do have Ionity somewhere over there, and also Monta, just like here, and another fast charging provider somewhere over there. Let's add that in. Reduced service, I don't care. Remove charging stops. Should work well. It also closed supercharger en route to destination. I would like to add that in. Okay, then we're doing it like that. Adding that one in as the first to navigate to, so we are preconditioning to get there. And then we're just heading on to the other supercharger stop where there is another charger there. So that should work well. Or yeah, I'm gonna optimize that so it doesn't show that pop up there all the time. And then we're good to go. We just passed the toll controls and we are on the bridge again today with way better weather than yesterday or in the last day for you. So we can see something on the sea, and we can also see the bridge ahead of us, the suspension pillars, I would say. That looks pretty awesome. And it's way less windy than yesterday. Yesterday we got almost blown off the bridge. Today it's really relaxed. And we can see a ship over there cruising around. That's so awesome. We're going all the way up to the bridge. It's like a pretty steep incline. And there are some wind turbines in the sea on the right of us, to the right of us, on us. And there's another big container ship to the left. But yeah, pretty awesome. And there we can see the big freaking pillars. Is that a Neo over there? I'm not sure. But we have a nice Porsche Panamera. I think it is. It's pretty dirty, I can't really see. But yes, it's got the nice split wing. It's probably a development car with moving license plates, and another one. Also development. 2 Panameras. Nice. Probably got the active ride suspension. They also got some stickers on them. Pre-production car stuff. And yeah, we're now pretty much at the crest of the bridge. Going all the way down again to the other side. We're currently gonna arrive with 27% at Ionity, so we're probably gonna change the next stop, go a bit further down the road. Now going downhill again. And yeah, I don't know, maybe going 50 kilometers further or so, then we can get more out of our battery. That's loud. Okay, great. Up ahead there is a nice island with a lighthouse that we now can see much clearer than yesterday. Yeah. We just updated our charge planning, and so we are now navigating to this supercharger for the car to precondition. Then we're going down here where we really want to charge. But for it to keep preconditioning after we pass this supercharger and remove it from the trip, I added it again after our stop, so it preconditions all the way down, then we at least are somewhat warm enough so that should get full speed. Then we can remove this stop as well and go down to Flensburg. So that's our current plan. Let's hope that works out, but I think that should be good. We should be there with 18%, more like 12-ish% instead of charge. Still enough to reach it, no problem at all. But yeah, that's our updated planning, because 30% at Ionity is just too much. That doesn't make any sense. We are now pretty much passing the Ionity station that we would have, or that we did navigate to before, where we would have charged at something similar nearby, but not Ionity. That would be right over there. But we are continuing on. The next supercharger would be in 20 kilometers, but we go further down the road. We're preconditioning for 20 minutes now already, I think, so that's all fine. In some kilometers I have to remove the first supercharger stop in the trip, so it navigates to our real destination, but still preconditions. Pretty good. As we're coming up to the exit we don't take, there's an ID7 pulling up ahead of us. We're now removing the stop of the first supercharger. Looking good. Gonna be removing all charging stops. Looking quite good. 12% at our planned charger, and let's hope it's still preconditions, with us supposedly arriving with 2% back at the supercharger, which we won't hit, for it to continue preconditioning. That would be great. Otherwise, 15 minutes to go to the supercharger, no, not the supercharger, to the Eon station. And yeah, quick splash and dash there to get to Flensburg, and then we should be there in maybe 1.5 hours, something like that. All right, we are arriving, and we gotta go this gravel parking lot through to the end, because there are the Eon chargers. There are some AC units. Here are the hyperchargers, and I'm gonna authorize from here so we can see which one is the correct one to pull into. Alright, I authorized, and my phone's in the wrong hand, so sorry for bad camera work. Looking good. Let's park. Let's open up the charge port. Oh, that's a bit close, but okay. We're gonna make it work. Get this one in here while it's still trying to give us juice. Looking good. Contactors are going. Communication is pretty fast with Alpitronic units. Always like to see that. Come on. 20 something seconds, 22. And we're getting the juice. Let's see how much we can get. 4 kilowatts right now. That's a bit low. Come on, ramp up. We've seen this before, that it's taking some time and then going up, hopefully. Otherwise the 4 kilowatts would be indicating some error in the charger. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. What is going on there? Let me try to fix that real quick. Here we go. I swapped the plugs, and now we're already up to 85, 92, 98, 105. Looking way better. I don't know what was happening there, but something wasn't right. 152, 160, 170, 165. That's all right. We're at 14% state of charge. Battery is not quite perfectly warm because it didn't continue preconditioning, but Could be worse. Yeah, 156. That's pretty good. Let's see. We're gonna edit trip and remove this buoy. There's an Enya coming. Also plugging in, going to the other charger. That's perfect. We need 71 kilometers to go. 12% more. So that's pretty good. They also got Tesla destination chargers over there. You can see on the wall. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so 12% more. Let's go to like 30-40-ish percent. Maybe they got some restrooms in there. Maybe we can find them. That would be awesome. Then we can already continue on. Okay, we're at 71%. I would say we're good to go. Let's unlock the charge port and unplug this buoy. Gonna run around the car. Put it back to where it belongs. That's pretty tight here, but it works. That's closed. Great. I'm gonna hop in the passenger seat to swap drivers again. Looking good. Got the door closed. And let's get going. We want to meet our friend at around 2:15. So we planned in some buffer where we gotta go for about an hour. Yeah, so back on the highway towards the German border and enjoy the nice sunny weather, which is way better than the last days. Sadly, today when we are leaving and going back home, but at least we can see some of the Danish countryside in nice and sunny weather. We are just crossing the border, but we kind of didn't realize it, but there is Germany, and those are German street signs and the road changes. So welcome back to Germany, I guess. Yeah, we are 17 kilometers from our destination near Flensburg, so that's all nice. Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool. Welcome back home. Still nothing de-restricted because we aren't on a highway, but that's our favorite sign over there, or one of them at least. We had some more time left because kinda we shaved off 10 minutes. So we are now heading to Bauhaus because there are some NBW chargers. I'm gonna go in there and plug in for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, just to get, here we are, looking good. Let's just go to the 150 there. Then we can just top up a tiny bit, use the time that we're here anyway, and yeah, the first one looking good, or the second spot I should say. Then we can just get some energy back in the battery, then we don't need to charge for that long later on. So yeah, looking quite good. In 20 minutes we have to be at our friend's location. That's all fine. Let me jump out and plug us in. That's opening, perfect. I'm just gonna authorize that. Nice thing, just scan the QR code and plug in and everything works. We are communicating. 22 seconds as always with Alpitronic units. But NBW has their own interface, so you can't see that. The timer starts now. And we're ramping up. If we can get the full 150, that would be awesome. I would guess we're getting 130-ish because we didn't precondition, because we didn't plan to get here. But let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Would be fine. 100. Yeah. Kinda guessed that. Almost. But that's okay. Better than nothing, I would say. Let's jump back in the car, see when we need to leave, and then we're gonna get some lunch pretty soon. We're up to 51% and pretty much time to leave to get there on time. So let's unlock the charge port. No. That was a really quick splash dash. Unplugging here. Putting that boy back in. And heading out again. 13 minutes to go. That's perfect. Alright, we just met up with our friend and had something to eat. That was awesome. Now we're navigating to the next charging station that we're gonna hit in about 44 kilometers, not 100. That should be good. We'll be there with 21%, allegedly. I doubt it, because Autobahn. So, let's get there and let's have some fun on the Autobahn, and then we'll see how we will continue. But our destination today is near Hanover, at the family of my friend, to so we don't need to go to a hotel. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, then we'll see what chargers we hit next, but for now, Allego in Schleswig it is. We just left the Autobahn and we're pretty much at the supercharger and Allego charger where we are navigating to, because no superchargers. Looking good. We also shaved off some percents and also some time of our first stop, and we do need to shave off some more, but first we gotta get our nice 170 kilowatts, and they are installing new hyperchargers here, and I don't know from who. Kinda looks like EVE, but it's a Burger King, so I don't think so. Yeah, that's the Alpitronics of Allego. We want to take the 300 kilowatt one because no one's there anyway, and we can take 170. So let's go to one of those. Looking good, all green, all working. Allego really changed from, oh no, I don't want to go there, to yeah, they're good, let's go there. So they heard the feedback and changed their company stuff and optimized everything. Looking good. We want to open up the charge port and jump out of the car. Let me just scan that QR code there. Just authorized, looking good. Let's plug in. Single-hand operation, but still heavy. Lock in, contactors going. As you can see, those displays are further down, so that's better if you're in a wheelchair, even though that doesn't help here because you got some steps. But still interesting. Yeah, here we go. Ramping up. I'm gonna grab my jacket, run inside, and I think we're gonna charge up to like 65-ish% or something like that. We are charged up to I'm gonna die. 67% instead of charge. We can't stop here, so let's stop in the car, unlock the charge port. Here we go. Unplugging and putting the cable back where it belongs. And then we are on the road again. Okay, we found a charging stop after Hamburg, CityWatt and Allego at Dena Garden Center, where you can buy some plants. Looking good, 9% on arrival. We'll see if we're gonna do that. We are also gonna remove our destination there, because otherwise it wouldn't precondition there. Let's see if we do this or if we have to bail out earlier for speed reasons, because 135 kilometers at 68% with full speed might not work, but we'll see about that. Let's go now and see how far we can make it. interesting thing, we came just up to some construction signage and they let us drive off the highway or onto another highway. So now we have to drive like a deviation because we can't go the way we wanted to go. That's interesting now. So we gotta go via Kiel towards Hamburg. Yeah, kind of a deviation, not too big, that's possible. But still, we might need to replan our charging stop because that costs us 6% or something like that. Let's see about that. Maybe we can make it. Maybe we're just gonna go charge earlier. We have enough options there. It's not like we have a problem. We still have like 56% self-charge right now, so no problem at all, nothing to worry about. Just a minor inconvenience. So let's head onto our way. We had a little change of plans because I was going 180 and the battery was going down and down and down and down. And now we are almost at Shell recharge, way before Hamburg. Wow, that made so much sense. Come on. Yeah, there's Hamburg. Originally we wanted to go somewhere down here, I think, in that region. Yeah, we kind of shortened that. But we're getting a quick top up at Shell recharge over there. And then we can rip it again to the next, maybe then to Allego. We'll see. Might be the right distance. But yeah, we're gonna go over there, plug in, zap up to 60-ish%, and then head out again. Another change of plans because we couldn't authenticate Shell recharge because that doesn't work with the app and I don't have a card. We are at Eon. Let's hope this works because yeah, whatever. I could authenticate and big contactors are going. We're communicating. Let's hope that, oh, I can hear the cable cooling, so that's a good sign because those units sometimes have the problem with the cable cooling. If you remember our Poland trip, we didn't get more than 30-ish kilowatts, I think, because the cable cooling didn't work, and then those units are limited to 100 amps on those cables, but we're getting 71, so that's a good sign. Let's jump in the car, have a look here because that refreshes faster. 88 kilowatts. Are we ramping up still, or is that all we can take? 89, yeah, pretty much everything. Okay, so let's see. Come on, give me the service mode. I want all the details to explain what's going on here. Enable air conditioning. We're also at pretty low voltage, so high voltage charging. We are at 359 volts and we're getting 250 amps. I guess the unit is limited to 250 amps, which would be sad, but I think they always tell us max speed with 800 volts, so that would make sense. It was labeled as 175. Okay, so also not the best option here. Let's see where else we can go. That's Mayor, but max 120 and on the wrong side. That doesn't help us. We could just go the easy way and charge at the supercharger. That's only 20 kilometers to go. Let's do that. And we're just gonna charge enough to get there. 4%. I think. Yeah, let's go to like 10% on arrival. That shouldn't take too long, maybe 3 minutes. Then we zap up at the supercharger for German highway speeding. That's just makes more sense because the car can plan better with it, even though I want to make it interesting and want to visit multiple charging stations, but we might be able to just visit another one right next to the supercharger when we find one. Otherwise, we're gonna plan with those superchargers for the restricted zones. For now, that's just the better way to do it. 11% on arrival. Let's unplug. But hey, at least the Eon charger did work. That's better than what Shell did for us. I really hope Shell gets their stuff together with the Alpitronic units, because two of them I think are getting installed near my apartment. So it would be nice if I was just able to go there and plug in, but I'm not 100% certain that works. But until now I only had problems at Shell with ABB units, so it might be that ABB units and the Shell backend don't like each other for activation of chargers. I don't know. I gotta try that sometime when I know that there's Shell with Alpitronic units. So let's rip it to the supercharger and then driver swap. We just arrived at the supercharger with 9% state of charge, and we had to cross half the living area of Hamburg, it felt like. And now we are inside a paid parking area. Not sure how that's handled, but we're gonna find out. We're charging. Love the superchargers for that. Ow. Alright, looking good. High usage supercharger. Yeah, we wouldn't charge above 80% anyway, so that's all fine. Looking good. Also via Parkhaus. Says nothing about pricing or anything there, so I'm not sure. We're getting 170 kilowatts, just as we like it. Let's see. We gotta go this general direction. And that's a 2.5 hour drive, 174 kilometers. Let's maybe add one supercharger in between, or maybe something like that. EVE isn't too good. Shell recharge doesn't work. We might hit that supercharger again, so we don't need to charge that deep. Maybe there's an NBV somewhere in between. I gotta look that up so we can see where we want to stop maybe again in between to shorten our trip. Right at one of the EVE Go chargers there is also Aral Pulse, so we're gonna hit that. That's 120 kilometers from here. When we charge to 60-ish%, that should be going pretty well. So we're gonna do that like this. Then everything is fine. And yeah, that's looking good. We are charged up to 80%. Whoops. Ready to go. Just need to put this into the machine while we are heading out. So, driver swap. I'm taking the ticket, then I can just jump out and get the ticket done. 81% looking good. Nice, we just ran through this shopping mall and it's really confusing. 33% at the charging station, so you can rip like a pro. Let's go. I'm not buckling up because I gotta jump out anyway in a sec. So nice. As we've seen on Friday, so in the first video of this series, there's the port of Hamburg, and just look at this crazy installations of cranes and containers, and there's a huge cargo ship in there just getting loaded or unloaded, I don't know, but that's so crazy. That's so much stuff there. really can't comprehend what I'm seeing there. That's just crazy. Again here, those big loading cranes. That's just so huge. And wind turbines in the back. And I told you about that highway bridge thing. That's over there, if you can see it a bit. Now you can. That's looking crazy as well. Yeah, anyway, on with the trip. We're well into our part of the trip, and we're down to 12% on arrival. We did get some 2s in the first place on our speedometer, so that worked pretty good. We also shaved off some time, so we might get to my friend's family before 9 p.m, which would be awesome. But yeah, still 28 minutes to go to the charger, maybe 20 minutes, 25, something like that. I think we might be able to shave off some more time. We're still at 35% state of charge, so no need to bail out early or anything. Works out pretty good. So yeah, there's a supercharger right next to us, which we're not gonna use. So is that our favorite sign? No, it's a 120 sign. Sad. Yeah, anyway, let's continue trip. We just left the Autobahn, and just over there is Aral, where we want to go to Aral Pulse. Over there is McDonald's, where we navigated to EVE Go. But we don't want to go to EVE Go because that's a high price operator in the NBV app. So we're gonna go to Aral Pulse. That's just as expensive as every normal non-NBV charger. So yeah, that is the plan as soon as this freaking traffic light turns green. But of course it doesn't want to. You just have to complain, then it works. Let's see, where is Aral Pulse? Back there it is. I think we gotta go through here somewhere. Looking good. Yes. Some are down, or are they expanding? What is going on? Yeah, they are expanding. That's cool. Alright, we don't need that many chargers. One is enough for us. But nice to see that there are way more coming. And with way more, I mean way more. That's how Aral went from 7th place to 2nd place or 3rd place or so in the EV charging operator ranking in Germany. That's wild. But that's looking good. Perfect. Let's authorize and plug in and get our last juice for today. We had to stretch the cable a little bit because they are set up to park forwards or so, but still working fine. We're communicating 20 seconds in and we're charging. Getting good speeds, I hope. 40 kilowatts, 50. And awesome, we can wash our windscreen here. That's great. I already thought about that, but Aral just gets it. I mean, of course, they operate gas stations and they know that game, they know how it works, and they just do the same thing for chargers. And I love it because that's smart. And we're getting 172 kilowatts, 173. Awesome, full speed, loving it. We just charged up and unplugged because there were some people with a Kia EV6 that wanted to charge, and we wanted to make way for them to get in there. Charge guide is recorded and worked well, and we are back out on the way to our final destination for today without any trees falling onto our car. Of course. Yeah, so 38 minutes to go. We can shave probably a bit of time off, but we're only arriving with 45%, so we shouldn't shave off too much time and energy. Yeah, we'll see. Let's go. We are about to leave the Autobahn for the last time today. Currently we're arriving with 51% state of charge, so my friend drove really carefully, but still fast enough to make some time good, or to shave off some time. Still 10 kilometers to go, and there's the bus with a license plate bus, pretty nice. Yeah, so looking pretty good. 50% overnight is pretty perfect to not like hurt the battery, and to also not cold gate tomorrow morning when we want to go somewhere towards home. So we can rip it to the first charger, let it precondition, get good speeds, and yeah, still all in all best if you can charge overnight. So that's pretty good. Yeah. We finally arrived at 8:50 p.m. or so at my friend's family's house, and we had dinner and everything. I just forgot to film the ending. But everything worked out fine. We're at 51% state of charge in the battery, so that's perfect for overnight parking. And tomorrow at around 11 a.m. or something like that, we're gonna hit the last part to get home and finish up this whole not so long way up trip. Yeah, I would say that's been it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.